My stomach's starting to feel all fucky.
Uh-oh.
It's not good. It's kind of chilly in here. I have to put a jacket on.
You just call.
Hello and welcome to the Strobing Butt Plug. I'm your host, Ariana, and Ron is on his phone.
I'm going to show something disturbing to the girls here in a second.
We are on episode 77, and this is Missy.
Hi. Now I'm intrigued. I'm like, damn it. What?
I just said and Ron because he was on his phone and I was like trying to give him shit. But anyway, today is our 77th episode and we are going to drink some beer.
Sweet. And probably see something disturbing.
It's a podcast about craft beer.
Obviously.
We drink beer?
Wait, we do?
Wow, I thought this was all sparkling wine.
I thought...
Or like a non-alcoholic sparkling water.
I thought this was about butt plugs.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Butt plugs or beer.
What's some of the fucked up names we've heard for this thing now?
I've heard the sparkling butt something. I don't think it was butt plugs either. It was like sparkling butt something.
I've heard something about a rocket. It's the butt rocket.
The red rocket, yeah.
I think I heard a glittery one time because apparently we need to change the name.
Right. We could, ooh, Jesus, there's more spaghetti.
You know, why
Oh, she
putting food in there?
I see balls.
Orifices.
Is that a dude?
Yes.
That's okay, it is a dude.
Cute puppies on a dog birthday party. What?
If you would... No.
Do it, Ron. Do it.
I don't have
Download
the
the app. That's just Reddit. Oh, he went down a Reddit rabbit hole.
Why are you people putting food in your orifices?
And if you want to know, apparently this dog's going to eat spaghetti out of this dude's butt.
I had...
And Ron Googles this shit on Reddit. He searches
No, we were
it.
Googling other things.
No, this is Ron. This is Ron here. We don't Google that kind of shit here at the Strobing Butt Plug.
They made me watch a video about somebody making spaghetti with their ass earlier just because somebody mentioned it on Facebook. And I'm like... They're like, feel blessed that you haven't seen it. And then Missy's like, oh, she's getting ready to. And I'm like, well, it looks like I'm not going to be blessed for very long.
That's
Blessed,
right.
cursed.
So, yeah, we're eating dinner, and I have to watch this video of some girl sticking tomatoes and stuff in her ass.
The best part about it is I haven't seen the video in years, but like one of y'all was like, why do people get off to this stuff? And the chick's sitting there going, making these like really like just obviously fake orgasm noises. And I'm like, because people that don't know what orgasms sound like just busted a nut to that. People that like spaghetti and fake orgasms really busted a nut to that.
So gross.
But I definitely feel like...
Would you Google to find that, by the way?
I didn't Google it.
Video of woman that makes spaghetti with her ass or vagina.
Yeah, so look that up.
Right, there you go. Look it up.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do.
Today, on the Strobing Butt Plug.
Ariana makes
Spaghetti.
Peter with my ass. We're going to drink Nacho Bait Habanero Blonde Ale by Country Boy Brewing. This is out of Georgetown, Kentucky.
That sounds like that could be good.
Enjoy responsibly.
I saw that first word nacho though. I was like, we got nacho flavored beer.
It was like nacho cheese
I was
flavored
thinking,
beer.
I don't know if this has a percentage on it or not. I don't see one. Nope, that's just a fucking barcode. Come on,
bullshit.
I don't see a percentage on this, but yeah. This beer is sneaky. You think you know it well, but don't let the first taste fool you. Ale brewed with habaneros nacho bait will leave you feeling the burn and wanting more. So, that one. Yeah. And then we have, let's see, Pretentious Barrel House Righteous Indignation, which is an American sour ale with cherries and strawberries.
That'd be good.
Let's see.
Ooh, maybe the cherries might make me dream weird dreams tonight. I heard cherries are supposed to make you dream weird dreams.
Cool. I've been having some weird ones lately.
My weirdness of my dreams, I've not been remembering my dreams as well as I had been. But I've been dreaming almost every night and remembering it.
I'm sure I've been dreaming. I've just been too busy sleeping to notice it.
Well, I feel like I've been too busy sleeping to notice it. I've heard that we're supposed to dream every night regardless of whether we remember it. But I feel like I've had a streak of remembering my dreams that I have not had in a long time. And I got to roll with it. Like, come on, dreams, let's do this.
So this, let's see. This is like Abortion Fund of Ohio is a nonprofit that provides financial and practical support to Ohioans accessing abortion in our post-Roe Ohio. Most folks have to travel out of state to access care, increasing their costs tenfold. Healthcare is a fundamental right, and Ohio's systematically oppressed populations will bear the brunt of its lack. Proceeds from the sale of this can will go to supporting abortion access for all Ohioans.
I like that beer. I don't even care if it tastes like shit. I'm going to say, I give it a 5. Tastes like shit.
And after you have your abortion, you need something to wash the thoughts away?
Like, I don't want babies to die and stuff, but there's definitely reasons to have access to that. For sure.
My thoughts on it are I don't want babies to die either, but it is not my life and not my place to decide what is best for someone else.
Also that.
Right. Because I feel like a baby should, you're going to have people who are going to get pregnant, but they're going to be too, they would rather, have the abortion and just kind of easily, it's not easy, but, versus being like, oh, I'm going to have to give the baby up for adoption. And then some people won't make the smart decision to give the baby up, and then they'll raise a kid and they'll be a really bad parent just because they really don't want a kid. They would have rather gotten the abortion versus giving it up for adoption.
My thoughts are, I have no input on why. I don't care why, but you know what? If that's a decision you want to make,
right,
it's your life.
Multiple reasons to get an abortion.
And I won't judge. Your
but
life.
That's my one thought of why somebody would get an abortion, and I'm like, I'd rather see them get an abortion than raise a kid in a bad home.
I agree with that because I think that is where a lot of crime comes from. And I feel like, if people aren't ready to raise kids, you're going to end up with more people that,
right.
aren't responsible or whatever, I don't know. Not necessarily. There's a lot of gray areas.
The people grow up and they're they do the right thing.
Hence my, you know what? I don't have a vagina. It's not my body. I don't get a choice.
Anyway, which one should we drink first?
Oh, real quick, random quick. Our mysterious experience.
Well,
I had one of these this week. It's been a long time since I've had the seconds. It was good.
I feel like maybe the habanero, because I feel like the strawberry might wash it down.
Okay. So we're going to drink this. Habanero. Country Boy Brewing Company out of Georgetown, Kentucky.
Porn shot?
Porn shot. Let me pour it
The
first.
boring ass can.
It's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of a boring can.
Kind of looks like sports ball-y.
It reminds me of a lawnmower or something.
Yeah.
This is a lawnmower logo.
I figure they're country boys. They don't have much of a graphic department.
Well, that's probably what they're doing. They're sitting on. Well, it's got a truck on it, so I mean. Anyway, there's that. It's got a picture of a habanero and a truck on it.
So what other flavors is it supposed to have other than hub?
It does not say anything else on it. It says has a government warning, and then it just says nacho bait.
Government warning is my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
I'm not getting much of a smell out of it, or it's just my nose today.
I'm not. I get little whiffs of the heat.
What's the ABV?
She says not on there.
Unless I just completely am missing it, but I don't see it on there. It's probably a 5.
I don't taste any heat.
It's flat.
It says it sneaks up on you.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
It's a flat flavor to me. Not that there isn't a flavor, but there's definitely a flat flavor.
It's smooth, but it doesn't have a lot of carbonation in it.
It's got to be just that hot.
I like the smoothness of it. It's
very smooth.
It's just habanero. If anything, there's no other flavors mixing in with it.
It's beer flavored.
I get a slight fruity taste to it.
That's what I was getting in the smell.
Very slight.
I was getting the fruity smell.
And I'm starting to get the heat from it now. 2 drinks, and my tongue's starting to feel a little bit of heat.
I can get the heat, but it's not anything that's lingering on my tongue at the moment.
Right, I'm barely getting any heat. I see no ABV on it.
Must have been one of those, if you got it like the bake pack, they'd have it on there or something.
Gaggle it. Let's see if we gaggle it.
I didn't even read this can with the abortion stuff on it, actually. I just saw cherry cherry and strawberry. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to drink some cherry and strawberry shit.
In case you haven't figured out, we're libtards, at least for that stuff. I am happy talking about that sort of shit. Looks like, since I think last week I talked about it briefly, the Senate passed the marriage equality bill that apparently passed the House and is pending hitting old Joey Biden's desk to get signed. So it makes for gay marriage legal in law, and apparently it makes interracial marriage legal by law.
Yes.
Because that was something that was like apparently on the table somewhere also.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with this country? Like, it's 2022.
Well, interracial, it was not that it was made, it's not that it was illegal, but it was never specifically stated that it was legal.
Okay.
Let's see.
Like the judge, the funny part is the judge that kicked Roe v. Wade out, who said we need to revisit the abortion or the gay rights thing, he is a African-American dude married to a white woman.
Nice.
So he was going to talk about that, and it was kind of the other side of the argument they used to get gay marriage legalized in the first place.
Dude, so I was like, I don't know. I've been watching, like, arguments. I was watching some stupid debate. It was, like, some guy talking about, like, gender norms and should we go back to, like, it basically being, like, the 50s when, like, women are housewives and, like, pregnant and stuff. And he was, like, arguing, like, how, I can't remember the guy's name now, but they were arguing, like, they were debating on how whether women are like just as good as leaders as men, and this guy, the one guy that was like, well, the companies that have like a woman leader, when they put the woman into their leader position, like the sales or like everything went up 25% or whatever, and then this guy's like, I need this study, or like, and he was like basically just like arguing and like coming out with his feelings about it, and he doesn't really have any facts.
I've seen that.
And I'm sitting here like reading comments, and I was actually impressed with the comments because most of them were like, are we still arguing about this because it's like 2022 now and blah blah blah, you know? But this guy was just like talking about like, well, show me the proof of this and blah blah blah, and he's like, show me a company that was built by a woman from the ground up and blah blah blah. Like that,
and the dude arguing
and
him was like, there's plenty of them.
I'm like, okay, when were we able to vote? Like, okay, when were we able to have our own bank account? When were we able to have our own like credit cards without a man signing for it? You know,
right?
Just still shouldn't, bitch.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Like, look at the history and how it was, and like how much where our rights were at, like 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah,
even,
if you're like saying
50,
major companies that have been around for decades, but plenty of women started and women owned businesses that are thriving just fine, you know, like that are like recently opened businesses and stuff.
I was just like watching this dude argue this like fucking open mouth, like I can't believe this guy's such a fucking moron.
I like the dude that was arguing him back, the fact that it was a dude. For a minute there, I was going to say, I thought we talked about this, but we didn't talk about it. I remember watching that.
Yeah, I just watched it the other day, and I'm like, what?
I watched it probably a couple weeks ago.
Like, the thing that gets me about that is the woman that got into that position because of guys like that has had to work her ass off doubly hard to get there. And that's probably why those companies have that extra kick up, because she's worked so fucking hard to get around shitheads like that.
Right.
So what it was he was talking about how women aren't good leaders because of their emotions, basically, and how they put emotion into stuff. And the other guy was arguing...
Just like you are? That's what he was saying.
Yeah. The other guy was arguing about how...
She's got her fucking emotions in it. Fucking bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. She's too emotional.
Well, the guy that was arguing for it was like, well, there was a study done, and they followed around like a bunch of men and women who, for like, I think 8 years or something like that, they've like followed these people around, and he's like, everybody reported similar emotions, and he's like, and these women were on their periods at some of these times, you know?
Right, yeah.
And he's like,
that's a funny argument, but okay.
But
I like that. You're on your period. Your emotions are all the whack. We can't have a woman president because if she gets on her period, she's gonna nuke everybody.
Well, but like this guy was getting all like angry and stuff, and I'm like, anger's an emotion too, you know? And
that's exactly what I think.
Like a lot of the comments were saying the same thing, and I'm just like guys seem to forget that anger is an emotion.
No, it's not.
Like,
girls can't handle their emotions because they cry too much. Like, what about the guys that scream and yell and get fucking mad?
Dude,
I'm a guy. We don't have emotions. I'm a guy, we don't have emotions. We swallow them up. We don't cry like you fucking pussy girls. We just get ulcers, and we don't tell our children that we love them.
I've seen both genders lose their shit.
Right.
I think I've seen it out of more men than women.
Speaking as a dude, yeah, dudes are fucking pussies, and they cry a lot. Saying the dudes are pussies is definitely like sexist, but they cry like a shit ton more than the chicks. These two right here, like their respective, like, talk to them a lot, and the dudes in their lives. Sorry if any of y'all are listening, but dude, you cry like a lot like babies. I won't go into any further than that because I don't want to get my ass beat later, but enough said.
But anyway, so, not to like change the subject, but we're going back to the subject of this particular beer. It didn't taste, maybe like a little bit of like a tingle, but not like a heat, like not like any of the other ones.
I guess like,
which is kind of disappointing, but at the same time kind of awesome because it made the beer like really crisp. It's like a good beer. Like it just tastes like a regular beer, but it's really crisp. And so Beer Advocate states that this beer is a 4.9%, and Total Wine says this is a 5%.
Close enough to either way.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's
so
pretty
in
much.
Terms
and then beermenus.com says it's a 4.9. So it's pretty much, a 4.95%.
So for me, in terms of flavor, that was definitely that flat flavor was like, to me, habanero if you take the spice out of it.
Yeah, I liked it. But it did have that, it's got a fruity scent to it. Smell the can.
It is a little bit, I think it's a little refreshing.
It smells good from the can.
You're talking about like a lawnmower and tractor logos. It's a lawn mowing beer.
It would be a lawn mowing beer.
That's the one that Hank Hill sits out in the alley and
drinks.
That's
absolutely.
Yep.
Hipster Hank Hill.
Oh, hipster.
That'd be great. Hipster Hill. I think it's pretty good.
I'm going to go with like a 3 on it for ratings.
I'd give it like a 4.
I think like a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm giving it at least a 4 because I don't know. It's just something really good about that because I can't. It doesn't have the gross like can aftertaste that a Budweiser or a Busch would have. Like those, I can't even stand to drink those anymore. But that tasted so much like a normal regular beer. But yeah,
to me, without I described the flavor as flat. Without that flat hob taste, I wouldn't be tasting much of anything in that beer.
I like it though. It's like I don't know.
Like maybe they could have either added more habanero to it or aged it up and to get a little bit more flavor profile build up. I'm not sure.
I really liked it. I think it's perfect where it is.
I mean, I don't think I would like purposely go out and grab a case of it, but if I was at a bar and I saw Bar Brewery saw that on the flight menu, I'd go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if it was like super hot outside. I would maybe drink a case of that.
Yeah, no shit. I would too. I'd be like, you know what? It's been a long time since I just drank to get drunk and drank one beer after another, after another, after another. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to drink, a case of that.
Yeah, I drink a case of it while I mow melon.
Absolutely.
So, we're all talking about the sexist thing earlier. So, when we were in Italy, the only channel we had come in was BBC. That was the only channel we had come in.
The Big Black Cock channel.
Yes.
Sweet.
BBC Big Black Cock World News. And I forget what the hell this talking head was going on about, but he was talking to some chick and like Frances was barely paying attention and he just said something so overtly sexist. She just like her head went on a swivel. She's like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, it's like akin to get in the kitchen and, get barefoot pregnant and it was like, to some chick on there is like, wow.
Apparently that's allowed there.
Old school BB is like old school, British, right proper British type guy, stiff upper lip and all that. And then a little bit later, they had a show with like some Indian chick talking about like gender equality in India and like things they're moving forward and all that. Cool. Here's a hint: don't go to India if you have a vagina. It's not a cool place.
That's what I've heard.
Right, exactly.
Hopefully it will become a cooler place eventually.
Hopefully.
Right.
Aren't those like the dudes that are always like in my DMs like
Bob's and Virgin guys? Yes. Why
are they having such a problem if there's no like female rights or whatever?
Because gang raping is still illegal once you can prove it.
It's still illegal?
It's still illegal.
Okay.
You just got to prove it. Like, They were talking about it was like some 12-year-old girl that got gang raped by a bunch of Indian dudes, and they played hell proving any of them did it.
That's fucked up, man.
Like, it was something to the effect of, like, they gang raped her, and then, like, it was like, gang raped her, the police said, we don't know what you're talking about, took the girl's body, and then had it, like, cremated before it even got to the family.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, not just gang rape, murder, too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That was like a 2017-18 thing that happened there.
I think maybe I remember that.
Yeah.
Man, this world's fucked.
Ain't it?
But anyway, so...
And on that note, let's have a beer that is the opposite of that, shall we?
Okay.
So then, I remember you said that you had a funny story about when you got your license renewed.
I do. We gotta change the subject. I'm not
Yes.
getting too deep.
I've been wanting to hear that story though.
We took it too
I've been
serious.
waiting.
Sorry.
Been waiting for the story.
Gotta listen to her fucking libtardness.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, this is nice. This is the righteous indignation. I don't know if this one had an APV on it either. I think Missy got jib.
That's alright. Let's see.
So I had to go get
Ooh.
my.
Well, no, I'm not trying to.
I'll clean you.
Yeah, this is.
Mega.
Oh, this has 6.3. There it
It
is.
smells good.
There's
It does
the
smell
can's
good.
actually kind of cool looking too.
Smells strawberryish and cherryish
This reminds me of some hippie shit.
and sour.
So I went to get my license renewed.
Oh, that's flavor.
I walk in and it's like partitioned off now. So like the way this place is set up, you walk in and it's like all the chairs sitting there. It's just like one big room and there's like all the chairs sitting there and then the counter, like the chairs are just sitting facing the counter or whatever. And so like the chairs are probably like, if you're standing at the counter, they're probably like 3 feet behind you or something. But anyway, I like walk in and it's like all partitioned off and I was like, I just need to renew my license. And so she's like, I need your license. I'm like, okay. So I pull it out and I give it to her. And then she's like, okay, let's go do your eye test, which was like at the next stall over. So I go over there and I'm doing my eye test for like a minute or two. And there's like 2 other people in there, I think. And I come back around to like the first place I was, and there's a condom laying on the floor that had fell out of my bag.
Great.
That like has been in there for like a couple of years probably. I just forgot it was in there.
Hey,
And-
you never know when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it was
Never
just
know when
laying
you need to
there
make some
and
spaghetti.
it just happened to, like, the one other guy was like a couple stalls over, but the other person was sitting like directly behind me. So if like he's just sitting there, he can see what's going on because he's like right fucking there. But I'm like, I hope he was, I mean,
Did you bend down and pick it up?
fuck yeah, I did. I just laughed. I laughed and I just picked it up. I don't know if he saw it or not, but
She picks it up with one hand, looks the guy over, hands him her number with the other. Sup, baby?
I had to. Did you drop this? Hey, excuse me, guys. Did you drop this, sir?
Oops, it was me. Who wants to come try this on for size?
This is good, but also gross. So
Yeah, I don't know how I
it's
feel.
almost got like a stomach acid taste.
yeah.
It's the sour
It's
for
very
me.
sour.
So like when we had dinner, I had peppermint, like sucking on a candy cane on the way in, for Christmas season, and I had this lemon blueberry beer for dinner, and it was like that switch from a sweet to a tart kind of throw you off flavor.
Do that noise again.
Do you like my face when you do that?
I don't know if I like this very well.
I don't like it very well.
My friend at work, I told her that story, and she goes, "You should have picked it up and been like, safe sex, safe driving."
Or if you have to get your picture taken, hold it up real quick.
I did have to get my picture taken. I should have, damn it.
That would have been hilarious.
My picture actually turned out good for once.
Yeah.
Mine looks horrible, and it's really great because I was like, I kept forgetting to renew my license, and I knew I was gonna have to get it done so I could drive Uber, and I'm like, fuck, it's gonna take a while for me to get it, and I actually have to have that physical copy. And I was like, damn it, and it was like, I was like, I need to get it done now, and this was like on a Friday. And so I had just thrown my hair in some braids like that morning just because I wanted it out of my face because I'd been like cleaning and doing shit around the house. And I was like, fuck it. So I had pigtail braids. And then, when I was going to take the picture, like I knew I looked stupid. So I was just like, that is a picture
That's
I made
awesome.
that was just like it's just like the worst face ever.
My driver's license photo
So
isn't
bad.
my driver's license photo isn't bad, but like the passport photo is awful, and it's a 10-year till it expires thing. And then I got an international driver's license before I went over to Italy. That picture is terrible because it's like right when I was shaving everything real hardcore from when we were doing all of our Halloween outfits.
That's great.
And it is just not looking like me. Like they did this facial recognition bullshit when you come back in based off what they scan off your passport, and it took like a half a second. I'm like, oh god, too much beard, it fucked up.
So, the worst picture that exists of me, or one of the worst pictures that exists of me, is from my work badge.
Oh, that's great.
And my boss came and gave me a new badge today. So,
Freshly printed ugly picture?
yeah, so like on the website, you can get on the website and you can change your picture like that. And I was like, damn it, I was going to try and change my picture before we got our new badges because I knew we were supposed to get new badges. He's like, it wouldn't have mattered. He's like, it's always going to be this picture for your badge or whatever. I was like, I would have thought they would have had like picture retake day, like a yearbook, because I feel like I'm in fucking second grade.
Right.
Like this picture's like really stupid, like I'm in second grade. He's like, yeah, you have to have your picture professionally done. I'm like, what kind of fucking professional looks at this picture like, this is good?
Well, maybe she just
That's
got an ugly
great.
face. I don't care.
Right, yeah, the professional thought you were just ugly.
I
Like,
guess.
this bitch is ugly.
Jesus,
There's
right?
no fixing this. I think the other best license that I have seen, my friend Jess at one time, she used to like intentionally make herself look bad in her pictures for a driver's license photo.
That's awesome.
There was one day where she threw her hair, she had like long black hair, and she threw it up on her head, but it was like real fucking sloppy, so it was just like up here. And then she had to wear her glasses, but she had these like black, like thick glasses, which looked pretty good on her whenever she would do it herself normal, but when she had her hair up, it just was bad. It was like all over the top of her. She was just like,
So, along this topic,
it's the best picture ever.
along this topic, tomorrow my daughter is going to get her driver's license.
Maybe she should make herself look dumb too.
Yeah, she should.
Yeah. Just tell her, like, hey,
We're
that's
in agreement.
the cool kids do this.
Like,
The cool kids are Missy and Ariana.
Like she keeps for work because she's got to wear this little doofy hat every day before she goes to work. She's been like giving herself a unicorn horn spike right in the middle just to get her hair like off her shoulders and out of her eyes before she puts the hat on. I'm gonna remind her that you do have your picture get taken tomorrow.
But no, that'd be so great. She would put her hair in the spike, and then she would just go take the hat off, and it would just brr. It'd be so great.
I'll text her that right now.
Oh, come on! Lame.
What?
Lame dad. Trying to be all nice. Like, you have to get your picture taken tomorrow, so make sure.
No, it's like you have to get your picture taken tomorrow. Think of something awesome for her.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can do that.
Like, so, Saturday, no, excuse me. Friday, she got picked up from the school by the driver's ed guy, and she decided because it was funny, she dressed up 100% like a fucking clown in a clown dress,
I love that.
complete with waiting for him wearing a clown nose. She wore that all day at school with the intentions of the guy picking her up.
That's great.
The guy couldn't find her and called me and asked where she was, like she should be standing out there. I don't see her. I was like, okay, look around for a jackass in a yellow clown dress. What? Look around for some jackass kid with a yellow clown dress and spiked hair and a clown nose. What? Okay, yeah, that's her. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
That kind of seems like some shit we would have done.
Right, absolutely. Because I even said that. I was like, well, I don't think I ever would have dressed like a clown, but at the same time, I was like, we did do our stupid shit. Like, I was like, I think I'm going to wear my fairy wings today. I'm going to wear my tiara today.
Yeah, we definitely did wear some tiaras.
Had somebody given me the idea, like, dude, I dare you wear this clown dress and clown nose, I'd been like, okay.
Yeah. We would have done
totally
shit like
wore
that.
that.
We're so fun.
But, so let's see. This beer sucks.
Yeah, it's not that good.
It's
Probably
a-
a 2.
I'd give it a 2.
If it was like super cold as a sour, it'd be better. I'll go 2.5.
I feel like I'm just, like, as much as I used to love sours, I do not love them.
I'm trying to decide if this would have been better as the first and then the hob as the second.
Yeah,
because that hob,
definitely.
Probably.
like, it's like a yin and a yang thing because that hob had no flavor to me. And this
one
has
all the flavor.
all the flavor.
True.
I don't really taste I don't know, I taste kind of cherry-ish maybe. I don't know if I taste strawberry or not. It just tastes like stomach acid, like Missy said.
Right.
I could smell the strawberry for sure.
Yeah, it smelled good at first, and I kind of got the strawberry and cherry at first, and then it was like, oh, gross. It's like, well, it kind of has this vomit aftertaste.
Like take a tart cherry strawberry punch and just crank the tartness up to like 12.
So we should probably talk about my cake, right?
Yes, I forgot all about it. I mean, I didn't really forget about it.
Here's the thing. Why does someone have to get their driver's license renewed in Ohio, kids?
Da, 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 da,
It's their birthday. And guess whose birthday it was Saturday?
Da, 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 Ariana's. And guess what? She had this really cool cake that I made her. It was from this video we had watched.
This is why we were
Which I
looking
think we
up.
watched it on this.
I think we did.
Yes.
The video with the Fruit Loops in the butthole.
There was a group of 2 girls and a guy. I think it was that. And this one girl sat upside down, gaped her asshole. Her friend poured in milk.
Gaped her asshole. She just it was her muscle memory. She just hold on, guys.
She got her asshole pretty damn gaped.
But it was a speculum.
Yeah.
Her asshole was nice and spread apart. One friend poured in milk and Cheerios.
Fruit Loops.
Why do I keep saying Cheerios? Fruit Loops. And then another friend took a spoon and ate it out of her asshole.
They all ate it.
Yeah.
I made a cake that represented the butt cheeks and the gaping butthole with Fruit Loops in it.
So we ate some ass.
We ate ass today. It was
It
was fun making the ass, and it was fun eating the
That
ass.
seems like a good sound clip. We ate some ass today.
Yes, absolutely.
We ate ass for Ariana's birthday. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so I got to Ron's house because Ron had a Christmas party Saturday, and I got to his house, and he was like, "So the theme of your cake is if you know, you know," and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
My parents were there, and some other people were there.
it.
And I was just like, "If you know, you know," and everybody's like, "If you know, you know." I'm like, "Do you want me to tell you?" No,
No,
I'm
I'll tell
shocked
you
Ron
anyway.
didn't show a single person that video.
I didn't.
I thought he was for sure. Pull down his projector, big screen, have big asses. Which I feel like we should watch that at your house like that sometime.
On the projector.
Yes, absolutely, to see how big of an.
Just 'cause-
Whoa! I can actually see poop in her butthole.
is this a thing we're doing outside?
I mean, we could.
That would be hilarious.
Thinking
the day that the cops show up, Ron shows porn on the side of his garage.
So, along a similar subject with this, but a little to the left, high-def 4K porn and porn on giant screen scares the hell out of me. Because, normally on, low...
The man makes you feel like less of a man.
Not even that, no. No, it's particularly the 4K and all the high-def. There's only so much waxing one can do, but you see little hairs. But it's more like the herpes they hide with the makeup.
Maybe.
And they're there, and it's just that just ruins that.
Ew.
I
never even thought of that being a thing.
Show me or it didn't happen.
Don't they have to have
right
tested every so often?
Unless it's
Amateur porn sites, dude, they don't test for shit.
Well.
Because it's there's porno for YouTube. What is it, RedTube or some shit?
There's porn for
I didn't know if it was amateur or not.
There you go.
I don't know these things.
So.
Well, stick with me, kid. No.
Stick with me, because I'll teach you all about the porn lifestyle.
And I was I know the whole porn industry by name.
Right.
Alphabetical order.
So anyway, though, I have this. I've got a new shirt idea that I got to make. So I was having this conversation with Logan. Now, how did it start? Because he saw the food coloring from when I was coloring your butt cheeks with the cake, and there was a green one. And he's like, "Oh, can I take that green one and take eat a whole bunch of the green food coloring, and so I can poop green for a week?" I was like, "Well, I don't think you'd poop green for a week." And then I was like, and on top of that, I said, "I don't think that it would hurt you, but on the same hand, I think if you had a whole bunch of it, it could give you diarrhea." And so he started going into this spiel no, it won't happen. Diarrhea is not real. And he kept going on about how diarrhea
is not real. Diarrhea is not real.
It's just trying to create an argument, So I'm like, diarrhea is a hoax. I was like, I want a shirt that says that. Diarrhea is a hoax. And then he was like, and then I'm going to be beside you wearing a shirt that says, "No, it's not. Ask my butthole." So I was like, I need to make a shirt where it's on the front, diarrhea is a hoax. And then on the back it says, no, it's not, ask my butthole.
So how much do you like How much do you like him?
I like him a lot. So I told him he couldn't do it, you know?
Well, if he thinks diarrhea is a hoax, we talked about this earlier.
He knows diarrhea isn't a hoax because he was the one that ate the whole pack of Icebreakers mints and then got diarrhea from it.
Who gets diarrhea from mints?
But he ate the whole thing, and those are like mints that are like artificially sweetened. So if you have like a shit ton of artificial sweetener, like him and his buddy named Jacob, they both did it because when I said something to, like, I think Logan told me his buddy Jake did it. So I said something to Jake's mom about it. She goes, "Yes, they're both dumbasses." Because Logan was like, I guess he had done it, and then the next day. Well, like middle of the night, he threw up and had diarrhea or whatever, but then he was fine the next day. And he was talking about how him and Jake ate, like, each had their own pack and ate the whole pack all at once. And he's like, he goes, and then later that night I had, like, diarrhea and threw up. He's like, I think it's from those mints.
Minty fresh,
I was like,
fresh diarrhea.
Minty diarrhea, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I wonder if his butthole felt cool as he was shooting them out. I hope so.
Because, like, normally it would feel hot.
Yeah, it's like, oh! It's like the nice cooling feeling, like, well, at least his diarrhea isn't that bad.
Or it's like those mints that, like, they're so hot at first, but then they, like, cool, like, Altoids.
Right.
Like, it's like...
This refreshes my anus.
Like, ow, ow, ow.
It's like, it feels like Tux medicated pads.
Well, my only response to diarrhea, it's very much real.
What?
I talked about this with him earlier. So getting ready for the party, Friday night, my daughter and I went out shopping. We went down to the mall, and she wanted to go to the Hot Topic. And across from Hot Topic, there was a Smoothie King. And she wanted to get a slush puppy. And I was like, ooh, I haven't had a smoothie in a while. I got a strawberry banana smoothie. I got like that much of it in, and the next place we went after that was Target.
He made a smoothie of his own.
I was peeing out my asshole all fucking night.
I'm glad it wasn't me this time.
I was walking around Target after a few minutes. I was like, man, I don't feel right. My stomach was making something. I'm like, what the hell? Man, I went into Target and I was like, okay, it's out of the system. Went to Five Below, hey, it's not out of the system.
Ron left his mark at every fucking store. it's like some kind of like a follow the trail, but only it's scent. Like when you follow the trail, you get the magic prize at the end.
My asshole, my poor asshole. He was getting a little tired by the end of the night.
That's great.
Oh, that also reminded me though, like when I was at work, I was gonna tell you guys a story like I already told you, but like
Did you pee out your asshole?
No, about the ass cake again. But I was
okay.
I was telling some girl at work about eating the cake or having the cake, and she was like, "Did you guys eat any of it?" And I was like, "Well, no, we didn't eat any of it because he had all kinds of other stuff to eat for his Christmas party." I was like, "But he's gonna bring it over later, and we're gonna eat some ass." And like, I'm like, man, I really hope people heard that conversation without any of the context and just heard me say, we're going to eat some ass later.
It's great to scare your coworkers. They're all like, what the fuck is wrong with that bitch? Like, no, there's nothing wrong.
So, like, for my Christmas party, one of my favorite things that I did last year that just amused the shit out of me, and I did it again this year, one of the blind elephant gift exchange type deals. Ariana didn't bring anything, and neither did her friend, but I bought a few extra gifts. While we were down at the Dayton Mall, the reason we were there, I wanted to go to Spencer's. I bought a gummy dick, a gummy vagina, and my friend that's sitting on this table next to me.
I don't think they can see your friend.
I was going to say, whip your friend out. I told Ariana, I was like, it took me a second to realize it, but I love the fact that his mouth is doing the same thing that those chicken mouths are doing on the squeaky chickens.
But my friend, a guy I used to work with, like, a long time ago now, like 15 years ago at the video store showed up. I haven't seen that dude in forever. He is awesome. Him and his wife got the gummy dick and vagina. And it was great because she was like all embarrassed, but not embarrassed about it. And like,
I think she was really embarrassed until he got the vagina. Then she was less embarrassed.
Yeah, he got the freaking vagina and she was just like, oh! And I'm like, she was making jokes and it's like, that's nice. The very last gift that was on the table, however, was this. Missy, what'd you bring?
I brought the super extra large, like
Lingerie.
Yes, and I was hoping one of the dudes would have got it. Like, I was hoping Ron would have got it or something like that. And it was like Ariana got it.
I didn't actually participate because I was like, well, I didn't know if there was going to be enough gifts or not. Ariana picked out the giant, super extra large lingerie. And I kept going and looking at the bag that Missy brought, looking at mine. I knew who brought what. I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah, I want this. And she unwrapped it. I'm like, shit. I went and picked this up. And yeah, I gave this to her anyway because it was her birthday. And
who doesn't want blue balls?
That's right. The squeaky blue balls.
But the other part is this noise. My dog was losing his absolute shit. If this would have been left anywhere near Charlie,
he would have destroyed it.
I thought about giving it to him because I love your dog.
He would have destroyed the shit out of this in 3 seconds with that squeaker.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have your dick.
I have a crush on your dog.
Yay.
Charlie is the shit.
He is a big dumb whore. He is a good boy.
He was like all over me and stuff, and I was petting him, and then he would like rub his face up against my leg, and I'd have to keep petting him because he's so damn cute.
Charlie's great because if you have a hand that's not doing anything, you're just kind of hanging out like this,
he
will come up and you'll just subconsciously, you'll start petting him. You're like, oh, when did I start petting the dog? I guess I've been petting the dog for a while.
He's a cool dog. Should we have the mysterious berries?
We should.
We should.
45 minutes.
The mysterious berries.
The mysterious dosaki.
So I was at work the other day, and I worked with this dude that I've worked with him like once before, and he's pretty. Yeah. Like, this guy's really cool.
These aren't very foamy.
I worked with him the one time, and then I was like, I'm gonna work with him. Well, I worked with him again, and so we were talking, and he was really cool. And then we were talking about how people are just in and out of there, like, all the time. Like, they have like quite the revolving turnaround rate of people who are hired and people who are there. And I was like, yeah, man, we used to have this one guy that worked here that I was like, he was really fucking dumb. I was like, I don't know if he still works here anymore. No, I was like, I worked with him. And every time we have to go to the UC hospital, he just types in University of Cincinnati, and he ends up like taking us to the fucking school. And I heard the story about him, and then, like I said, I worked with the dude, and I was like, dude, where the fuck are you going? And I was telling him about the guy, and he just like didn't laugh at all. And I really wasn't trying to make fun of the guy.
This might be easy.
But the fact that the guy didn't laugh, and I was like, oh my God, was it him? I was like, am I telling the story about the guy? I was like, but then after I started thinking for a while, I was like, I don't think it was him.
It's got like an orangey smell to it.
But I was like, I was for quite the rest of the shift there, I was like, I think I just called that guy stupid, and that's why he's not mentioning anything about it. But
it's got an orangey smell about it. Citrusy.
It has an orangey smell.
Ooh.
Orange chocolate?
It's definitely chocolate.
Missy got it. First
Chocolate
fucking try,
orange?
but you saw it.
No, I didn't see it.
Chocolate
you did
orange?
see it when we went to John.
Oh, I forgot about
chocolate
it.
Orange?
It is orange chocolate. It is Ellicottville Brewing Company, which we've done before. Platter's Chocolate Factory. Orange Chocolate Blonde Ale.
Ooh.
Let's see.
It's like one of those one of those chocolate oranges you can find at Christmas time.
Milk chocolate and zesty orange aroma. So let me see if it has 7%.
What's really funny is I forgot all about it, and I got it by the sniff alone.
You did. So yeah, there's that. It's got like a chocolate factory theme on the can.
It's good, but the only thing is it tastes like the cheap candies that I don't like.
Right?
It's kind of like, ew, gross. The orange part tastes like the cheap candy.
Have you ever had those? Like they're more like a British thing, I think. But like the chocolate oranges, where you just slam them on the table and all the slices break apart.
I think I've had a couple of those. I think Larry's mom used to buy them for Christmas when she could find them.
I don't see them very often anymore, but that's exactly what this tastes
I feel like I've had a raspberry one of those. A raspberry, but it was like different.
I don't know. Like I didn't really taste the chocolate. I thought it tasted kind of like an orange creamsicle or something.
Yeah, but like a cheap orange.
It's
cream.
it's like the cheap waxy chocolate kind of flavor.
Mm-hmm. It's not
the good chocolate, but it's
right.
It's
Definitely.
not bad, but it could be better.
They probably brewed it with those candies, the cheap candies. They're like, we're gonna get the cheap candies and brew it with the cheap candies.
Tastes seasonally appropriate.
It looks like Tang.
Poontang.
Maybe it tastes like Tang too, and that's why I don't like it that well.
I don't know. I think Tang's pretty good. It
don't
smells
like
like
Tang.
Tang though.
I don't like Tang. My dad used to always have Tang.
I liked it. It had a weird.
Your dad used to always have Poontang.
I don't know about that, but
I like the Bob and Tom. Their Tang. I think we've talked about it before. They have a song, and it starts off talking about Tang, and then like he's talking about something like the planet Poontang. Something, I don't know. It's just really funny.
Bob and Tom and what they can do to get around since there's any more, aka next to nothing.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, my Christmas party was cool. I had a lot of people there, new people, and some I haven't seen.
Actually, not a lot of people.
Yeah, there
that
wasn't
was one of his smaller parties.
Yeah, there. I don't know. Like,
Fucking old people. You gotta go get a second job at a
everybody
video
was
store.
all of a sudden sick. I'm
I
like,
said-
yeah, okay.
well,
I
that
said go get a second job at a video store. Like, we have those around here. He's got to get a second job at, like, Walmart so he can hang around with kids and shit. Get a job where kids work. Just get a job with your daughter so you can invite, like, all
just
the
go hang
cool
out in the
kids.
back and wash dishes all day.
Yeah, well, you got to find a place a lot of kids work so that way you can
So you
invite
can be
kids
the
to
creepy
parties.
guy.
The creepy guy that
Invite
invites kids to his
parties.
party.
Go find a place where there's a lot of kids. Trade in my car for like a panel van.
Yeah.
There you go, exactly. Absolutely.
You know, I'll get just carry puppies around in the van. Like, hey kids, you want to come to a party? I've got puppies.
That's right.
Wait, I lost one of my dogs. Will you help me find my dog?
I think it crawled in the van. Get in there, fuck.
That's great.
Maybe grow my hair out nice and long in the back. Make sure this
That's a
stays
good
good.
idea. You should try that anyway.
Right.
I just actually cut this the other day.
What?
It was
When
annoying.
you could be growing a skull.
Right, exactly.
It was annoying me. I thought it was like sticking out weirdly, and I'm like, I have to brush this now.
Well,
so
you
I
gotta
shave
get
it.
through the awkward phase to get
Right,
to the good
exactly.
stuff.
I feel like you should grow your hair out
I have to
long
get
and
to
then
the-
grow the facial hair out long. And you should somehow like weave it around so it looks like a basket, like a net around your neck, and like it will look like like a I don't know.
Look, what do you mean to do? Grow it out so I'll have like a bird's nest, and I just steal some baby bird eggs from a robin nest, and then I could just raise them.
That would be awesome.
Raise them
And
in my
then like
neck
they're right here. You just go with worms. Go.
Yes.
That would be
Just
so
raise
awesome.
my baby neck birds.
Yes.
Good idea.
Yeah, I was thinking like
You know,
those.
instead of robins, I need to do it with like crows. That way I can raise them and just be like, these are my crows. That shiny thing, babies, go get it for daddy.
That'd be awesome. So I was thinking like those neck things. It's like a tube. That's like I don't know. It's just like real fluffy, and they're supposed to keep you warm, and then you can pull it up like a hood, and it's like still has
Muffler?
the neck thing. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's how I was picturing your hair being. It's like everything grows down around, and then like you weave it around, and it's like real full and like fluffy around your neck, and then you're gonna have your neck birds in it. And if you don't want your neck birds in there anymore, you can flip it up like this, and it's up over your head, and it's your ears, and it's keeping your ears warm. It looks like a hood.
And go for like your cousin It from back in Halloween.
Yeah, you can pull up over your face, and that way it keeps your nose and mouth warm.
We have another COVID lockdown where we have to put masks on. I just put the beard over my face.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's thinking, yeah.
If I was a dude and could grow a beard, I think I would have done that during COVID. Like if I would have went out in public, I would have grown my beard out real long, and then I would have like pulled it up, and then just like put my glasses on, and that way when my beard covered my face, I'd be like, this is my mask.
Did you watch the video I sent about the guy with the happiest trail?
Yeah, because he shaved all of his body. He just had down here like
It
this.
was like a goatee.
Yeah.
And it went all the way down his neck and all the way down his belly. It was called the happiest trail.
I don't remember that video.
Well, you should have watched it because I sent it specifically for you.
Right, exactly.
When? How long ago?
I don't
Like,
know,
it was
like a
like
couple
yesterday or
days, maybe.
something.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that shit.
I see how it is. You don't watch our stupid videos.
That's right. Screw you.
How many of my
watching.
stupid videos do you skip?
None.
I usually end
I'm
up watching them all. Even if I like laugh at it because it looks like it would be something funny, I'm like, I'm gonna laugh at that now, and then I'm gonna watch.
I watch
it
them
later.
all and then I'm like, why did he send this?
Because I was bored at work.
Yeah, some things I'm like, damn, Ron must be just massively shit posting. So like these things, not that funny. And then some things are funny.
Shit posting, bored kind of a day. And or trying to make myself focus on my job, but the ADD's kicking. So on that, I want to rate it higher, but I'm not. I'm going to go 3.5.
I think it's a 3.
I think it's a 3 also.
3 for
I
me.
want to like it more, but it's not really that likable. So 3.5.
Yeah, like
No, I want to rate it more, but I just don't like it.
Weirdly enough, the beer that I thought was going to be my least favorite turned out to be my most favorite.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it. Not this one.
Like
This one is.
like
I can't. It's.
the concept of it sounds really good to me. Like
I didn't think it sounded good when she picked it up because I was like, ooh, ick.
it's like those they're sort of like gummy candies that are covered in like just big sugar crystals.
What'd you say, Ron? 3?
No.
3.5.
3.5.
Those are more like
and I say 3.
They're more like an old people candy, but they'll have like massive fake orange flavor, and
Candy's covered in sugar crystals.
they're kind of like a gummy texture.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
It's like an old people.
Like the orange slice. They're just called orange slices or
Yeah.
Oh,
something.
those. Oh,
It's like that, but covered
I
in.
thought he was explaining something completely different.
No, it's like one of those orange slices, but covered in like the cheap waxy chocolate.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. It's one of those, I want to like it more. Would have been something like my grandparents would be like, oh, this is the best candy ever. Here you go,
Icky poo.
But nowadays, it's like, yep, that artificial orange just gave me cancer.
I hope this was a single one because I don't really want to drink 3 more of these.
I feel like I thought that was a 4-pack that you bought.
I bought some 4-packs and then I bought some singles and I just took them all off one each off of 4-pack and put it in with the beer selection.
So what I would recommend
Give it
is
to your brother for Christmas, the holiday 3-pack.
I got you a 3-pack, man. Remember Sony show? I got you a 5-pack.
you want to know how this tastes? Watch episode. What episode is this?
77.
Watch episode 77. You know how it tastes.
Be like, it's good, man. It's good. We love it. Yeah, it's really good.
5. We rated all 6s.
This is one that I'm gonna have to drink some Busch Light first and then finish off with this once I'm drunk enough to drink it.
Shoo.
Nah.
There was. Hell, I don't know. Yeah, that's I mean, it's like it's all right, but not like the best. I wouldn't want to be drinking it. Definitely wouldn't.
Like, I wouldn't be mad if I got that on a flight. But to buy it by itself...
I would be pissed if I wasted my money on this. I'd be like, damn it! Ariana's like really regretting her decision now. She's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's not.
I wasted my money.
Dude, I like orange and chocolate together sometimes, like it has to be done right, but this is not it.
Maybe you gotta find a good beer to mix it with.
Maybe.
Or maybe
use it to bake with.
Some kind of a liquor. Like you could mix a liquor with it, like
that Kahlua that I had with the hot chocolate would have been cool.
Dude, that is like the best hot chocolate I've ever had in my life, and I need the recipe for it because I'm thinking about making it for my brother's house on Christmas Eve.
All that.
Mom's like, first you put a whole bag of hot.
You put a whole bag of chocolate chips up your asshole. That way they're starting to get nice and melty.
And then you don't know whether it's chocolate or shit.
That's right.
Yeah, I did this years ago for a Christmas party, but basically...
Wait, you put chocolate chips in your ass for a Christmas party?
It was a good party.
God.
It was like 2 bags of semi-sweet chips, a gallon of whole milk, gallon of heavy cream, and the evaporated milk. That shit. Put that all in the slow cooker with, maybe a cup or so of Hershey's cocoa powder. Just put that in the slow cooker on high and left it there for a couple hours. Stirred it occasionally to make sure the chips weren't all lumped together, melting on the bottom, and yeah. And we spiked it with
booze, plenty of booze,
bourbon and or Kahlua, your choice.
Yep, I had Kahlua in mine, and it was fucking amazing. And then marshmallows.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Marshmallows made fucking.
I'm glad I didn't drink more than 1 glass though, because I feel like I probably would have felt like shit if I drank any more than that. Because it was so sweet, but it was so good.
Like, Saren was pissed that, like, by the time she got home, I'd turned off the slow cooker, but I hadn't dumped it. She was pissed because it cooled off and, like, the chocolate started re-solidifying.
Oh.
And it was like, it still was good, but it had a just lumpy texture to it. It was like,
You just throw it in the microwave for a second.
Yeah, dude.
Well, she was all, don't throw it out, save it. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to save this? I have nothing to save this in, and it's one of those things that
Save it in the crock pot in the refrigerator.
That is one of those things that she would definitely ignore, and it would get gross, because she is good at that. But I still have...
I like how he puts a lot off on her. It's like, you can drink
You're
it
the
too.
dad,
You
Ron.
can eat it too.
No, she's...
Or you could like partition it up in like different servings and then throw it in the freezer. That
That's
way
true.
it doesn't get gross.
Or you could take it out of the fridge before it goes bad and just throw it out.
There's a lot of things that you could keep it from getting gross, but yet you do nothing and it's all your daughter's fault.
It totally is. Just like I can leave and come back, 5 hours later, 8 hours later, there'll be like 4 half-drink Mountain Dew cans.
That's totally
somewhere.
her fault. But kind of, I was going to say, it's totally her fault, but at the same time, it's like, I would just stop buying Mountain Dew. I'd be like, no, fuck
I did.
you. Yeah.
Same thing with the little like Lipton tea bottles. I came home one day and there was like, I bought a new case and I came home, there was like 2 left in this case, like a freaking 12-pack, and I'm like, the fuck, dude? She's like, oh, I took that one to school and this one to work, and I've been refilling them. I'm like, bullshit.
That's why I don't buy bottles like that.
I kept, when I bought more, I kept them in my car because it's like, yeah, you're not going to go in the car to go find them.
That's funny.
And-
It's expensive as shit to buy pre-bottled shit. It's like we can have tea bags, or you can make tea, or you can have like a big jug of something made, but never separate bottles.
Well, it was funny because like she was like, you need to go buy more of that. I'm like, I'm not buying any more of that. They've got it in big bottles, like 2-liter size bottles. And she's like, well, I don't have anything to drink for school. Don't you care?
You have water?
I was like, nope, don't give a shit at all. What the hell, Dad? Don't care at all.
That's so funny.
You're just going to have to die of dehydration. What the hell? I'm like, figure it out.
I would typically...
And she did.
I always bought them like thermoses or like little things that they could pack in their lunch, and then I would buy bottles of juice. Oh, you're getting texted. Oh, getting your ass ripped. What?
No, it's the kid.
Right. Just playing. Just playing.
Kid asking about plans for tomorrow and all that bullshit.
Good times.
She is severely wanting to put her 2 weeks notice in at her job because we're going to be borrowing Dad's truck until we get her enough money for her to get a car.
Nice.
And she wants to get a job that isn't washing dishes.
She didn't quit her job yet?
No, she's scared of her boss and scared that she's going to upset the people she's working with.
Who cares?
Who cares?
That's just something you have to get
Know
over.
what's going to happen?
She was talking about going Joanne Fabrics.
Well, I mean, if she pisses off the people she works with, what's going to happen?
Especially if she
Well, they'll
quits.
be mad at her. And, like, some of them are her friends. And I'm like, okay, so.
Well, then if they're mad at you because you quit, they're not your friends.
Like, you're working with a kid that smokes a ton of weed that you're now saying is your friend, but you're saying he's useless. That's cool.
My friend is useless.
And then you're talking about, then you're talking about your other friend who lives even closer to the damn place.
Friend.
And then she's like, dude, no. Started like rallying to her the different things about the jobs I've quit. I'm like, you remember when I quit working at Dannon? Yeah. Motherfucking Rocky, the boss there, that dude was goddamn pissed at me. I saw him at the grocery store the other day in town when I was getting lunch at Subway. He is still pissed at me, and it's been more than a fucking year.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Be like, but I didn't give a fuck. I think the first handful of jobs that I've ever quit, I was kind of like intimidated to quit, but then after that, it's just like, who fucking cares?
Hey, if you don't want people to better their life, you're useless.
Yeah,
I still remember when
useless.
I still remember when I quit working at AutoZone to go get the job at Honda. That was like one of my favorite quittings.
That's like one of my biggest pet peeves is when people are like, oh, I hate you because you went to better your life. You think you're better than me? Like, fuck that person.
Right.
When I was working at AutoZone, this was 12 years ago, I was making like $8.50 an hour or some bullshit in retail. And my buddy Rob found a hookup to get me on at Honda. And by the time you figured up the benefits, the hours, even as a contractor at Honda, I was going to literally make 4 times what I was at AutoZone.
Right.
Doing, IT shit. And it was all entry level, but I went to the manager. I'm like, hey, Randy, this is my 2 weeks notice. I had an interview and I had got an offer and I've taken it over at the Honda engine plant up in Anna. And, I can't say no to this. So this is my 2 weeks notice. What? How didn't I know? Why didn't I know about this? Because I didn't put this place down as a reference. Well, this is fucking bullshit. You've ruined my vacation for next week. You've ruined my vacation. I was going to take a vacation in 2 weeks. How dare you? You need to wait till I come back from vacation. No.
That's so funny.
And, like, I was like, okay. Like, I was delivering parts. And, like, the next day they called. Actually, they need you to start a week sooner. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, actually, they need me to start a week sooner. So, like, I'm just going to finish out this week. Get the fuck out. You're banned from this store. You're not allowed to work. Or you can come and shop here again. Okay.
That's funny. I swear, I feel like I've worked a couple different places where they didn't do it to me, but there was people that they would give like a 2 weeks notice, and the company, like it was kind of also like when the company was going through a hardship, but then the people that quit were kind of like, you're going through a hardship, and I need to get a paycheck. You guys are sending people home early all the time, so they went someplace so they get a full 40 hours, and like they'd get real fucking pissed.
Wait till the last day of your 2 weeks and then fire you over some stupid shit?
No, they would just be like, the person would give their 2 weeks and they'd be like, you know what, just fucking leave. And then so they'd be without 2 weeks worth of pay. But I think most places because this was always like private ambulance, so usually when you're quitting, you're like, okay, I'm giving my place of employment 2 weeks of notice. And then, like they tell them to quit, you could just go to that new employer and say, hey, so they just told me that I didn't have to worry about coming back. Can I start my job? And they would probably be able to start you up like that. So it's not too bad.
Well, like the fucking AutoZone job was shit. I worked there 89 days. That was after the mom and pop video game store in Richmond went out of business.
So you were at AutoZone for 89 days?
Exactly.
That's
89
funny.
days. There was a 90-day like...
That's the shortest work history ever.
Well, why you
probably
think I didn't put them down for anything?
Right.
I was there 89 days. Like it was going to be my 90 day, and I was going to be considered a real full employee and out of my trial period and all this other shit.
Trial period.
That's how they were pimping it.
Right. It's your probationary period, but it's funny. It's your trial period.
They called it a trial.
That's funny.
But
I tried you guys, and I don't like you guys. I'm quitting before my 90 days.
Well, so in that 3-month period, I worked at the Eaton store for a month. They decided then, because I'm not a veteran and I am not a super redneck guy that could tell you everything about every part of a car without even looking up at the computer. I'm like, well, let me go to the computer and see if we have it. And I couldn't tell you, oh, this 1989 Chevy truck needs brake part number, blah, 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 just to pick it off the shelf. They sent me to go work at a store down in Monroe. I could see the Kings Island Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's some bullshit. An hour drive for fucking $8.
Oh, they were paying me mileage. It was like 25 cents in the mile.
That's not too shitty.
Yeah. They were paying me mileage to go there, and literally I did that for 3 weeks because they had this like warehouse store they were doing.
Like an extra $40 a day.
It was costing me more in gas to drive to work every day. I was losing money.
Really?
I went back and I was like, dude, I can't afford to drive here with the mileage you guys are paying.
$20 in gas a day.
And they're like, well, whatever. So they sent me back to Eaton store. The manager of the Eaton store sent me from there to go work at a AutoZone off North Main in the fucking ghetto-ass part of Dayton. For those that don't know, this particular part of Dayton is so fucking ghetto, they wouldn't let us go outside after dark because they were afraid we'd get mugged by the people around. The customers there, for the most part, were the nicest people in the world.
Typically they are.
They were the nicest people in the world, with air quotes.
With?
Because they would go in to say and buy an alternator for their shitty car. They would want you to try to talk you to install the shitty alternator for their shitty car in the parking lot. And some of the guys that work there would just go out and they'd, do that in the parking lot and install just basically their own auto repair business out of the AutoZone parking lot.
I was going to say, I bet they got paid for it on the side.
Yeah. One of them had a side gig where I'm pretty sure he was stealing batteries and then selling batteries back to them. But
shit happens. It's a ghetto.
That store, I got tired of that shit because I drove my old Suzuki motorcycle over there, and one of their customers backed the fuck over my bike.
Oh, I'd be fucking pissed.
Oh, I was goddamn pissed. I went out there, it was like, what the fuck? The guy, he did it and took off, and I was like, he's been in here a bunch. Who is he? Talking to all the other people working. Oh, we can't tell you that he's one of our regulars. We don't want to run him off. We don't want to lose his business. He ran the fuck over my bike. That's my way home. Well, that's too bad. How the fuck am I supposed to get home? We'll fix it. I don't have any fucking tools. Well, you could buy the tools to fix it. They made me buy the tools to fix it, and I banged the bastard back together in the parking lot and rode the fucker home in the rain.
Nice.
That being said, I posted pictures, bitched about it on Facebook, and the manager at Honda saw the pictures and was impressed that I could fix things on the fly like that. That's what got me the job at Honda. But in the interim, they took me back to the Eaton store after that because I cussed everybody out of that fucking store in the ghetto.
That's funny.
And yeah, so fuck retail. But when I quit that place, there was no feelings of, oh, my boss is going to be mad at me. What do my friends say? No. And I'll get my kid to that point soon.
Yeah.
Bettering yourself is never bad.
Right. Let's see. I don't think I had anything else I was going to say. I thought I did, but then I was dumb. So I don't know. I can't remember.
Do you have anything to say? Really?
I feel like we should see if Ron can put his mouth around it.
He says no.
He could.
He
Did
could.
you see how big his mouth got? Oh my God.
Ron's got a dick sucking mouth.
Yeah, he's got those DSLs.
Dick sucking lips.
Look at that. Look at that shit.
Like a bad Botox job without the Botox.
Yeah, he hasn't done that in a while.
Right.
We must have gave him too much shit about it.
My mouth is ready. So what have we learned today?
Oh, let's see. Ariana keeps 2-year-old condoms in her purse.
That's true.
Apparently she wants to get knocked up.
I think they expire like this year. Or maybe the beginning of next year.
I admire her like Boy Scout like level of innovation going, man, you know what? I got a condom in my purse. That guy's hot. How you doing? You want a hump? You gotta wear this condom. How old is it? Don't ask that question. And she opens it up and literally the latex just crumbles.
It's not latex. I got non-latex condoms because latex condoms make me itchy.
Remember that, kids.
Snatch.
Remember that, kids. Don't use latex condoms. Sheepskin only.
There you go. So that's why she's holding on to them for dear life. They're expensive.
They're expensive, and again, never know when she could go get bald.
That's
Not this kind of bald.
That's why I went and bought some because I'm like, well, people might have condoms, but they're going to have like latex.
Right.
And that's not cool.
That's right. Can't use the latex.
So today I've learned about that.
So today I learned that Ariana's got a sensitive woohoo.
I wasn't thinking in those words, but that I like that with those words too.
Woohoo.
Sensitive woohoo.
Yeah.
I meant to
Using
say
latex
woo-woo,
makes
but
me
you
want to
know.
like scoot across the floor like a dog, but not because of my butt.
That's great.
Because of my front butt.
The front butt gets itchy. There you go.
That is an image that is in my head, and it is hilarious because my little Shih Tzu keeps doing that, dragging her ass across the floor. Now I'm just picturing like Jaden with Ariana's face.
I would like to see his dog scoot its ass across the floor, and then like Ariana would do it, and it would freak her out. Like,
Just copy your dog all day.
right? Do everything that the dog does. That'd be fun.
Like I'm thinking like races.
Ass scooting races.
That sounds cool. Snail trail.
Snail trail races.
Snail trail races are fun.
Right. I learned that I want to do snail trail races.
On the next episode of Strobing Bubble.
Snail trail
on the
nation.
next episode of snail trail races. Did you say snail trail nation? I thought you said snail trail nation.
I said something with snail trails, but I don't think it was that. It's like a reality TV show now, I'm thinking.
That's great.
Like a contest on, was it Survivor or Big Brother or something? I could see them doing that.
Snail trail contest. That would be funny.
Can you imagine all the like debris you'd pick up?
Oh my god. Okay, but
Debris you're gonna pick up. I'm gonna throw this on the ground in front of you.
I'm picturing this like going across a gym floor, and see the thing that I was picturing us fully clothed, but you said debris you would pick up made me picture naked. So it's like first off the like you know that wetness is gonna like start like just like it's gonna wear off really quick. So it's like you're gonna have like a couple good scoots, and then it's gonna start like going like because you're good. It's like you're gonna have a little bit of like you're still a little bit wet, but not wet enough to where it's like you're gonna squeak across the floor until it's completely dry, and then you're just not gonna be able to move.
You know what I'm thinking about right now? That picture that was Erica put up about the SpongeBob themed rave, and we were talking about like us going as different characters, and she was sitting there going, "I'm gonna go as Gary."
I know, and the thing is, like, I was thinking snail trail when I said Gary. I was thinking about I'm gonna leave a snail trail.
Gary's your best Gary meow.
That's great. Yes.
Okay.
How was that? How do you rate my Gary?
One more time. Okay, that's calm, chill Gary. It was Gary who's not pissed off. Okay, I'll take it.
Okay.
Shall we do our little jingle?
The
StrobingButtplug.com. Like, subscribe, share.